Fundamentals of Meditation by Lucian Green. Lucian Mantra, Sun Safety 3 and 4. 21. I prepared to relish my lunch from 3:00 p.m. 3:30 p.m. when the sun was low in the sky. I did this by eating the tomato sandwich. First, I looked into my paper bag. Second, I unwrapped the sandwich. Third, I ate it. In this way, I prepared to relish my lunch from 3 p.m. 3:30 p.m. by eating the tomato sandwich. 22. The child prepared to have fun at different times from during the 10 a.m. to p.m. period. He did this by sliding down the slide backwards. First, he climbed up the slide. Second, he turned over. Third, he released the sides of the slide when at the top of the slide to slide down the slide backwards. In this way, the child prepared to have fun by sliding down the slide backwards. 23. I prepared to participate in the community recreation from 8 a.m. 10 a.m. when the sun was not so high in the sky. I did this by running in the scheduled run. First, I got dressed in running clothes. Second, I walked to the starting line. Third, I jogged along the course. In this way, I prepared to participate in the community recreation by running in the scheduled run. 24. The designer prepared to organize a feast. He did this by designing a shaded area in the community garden. First, he designed 4 vertical beams at one end of the garden. Second, he designed a pergola above the beams. Third, he designed a hermaphroditic fruiting grapevine at the base of each of the posts. In this way, the designer prepared to organize a feast by designing a shaded area in the community garden. 25. The boy prepared to watch the regatta. He did this by holding a sunshade. First, he pulled the ring off the closed sunshade. Second, he unfolded the sunshade. Third, he held it above his head. In this way, he prepared to watch the regatta by holding a sunshade. 26. The student prepared to conduct an excursion. She did this by applying the zinc cream to her lips. First, she uncapped the zinc cream. Second, she applied it to her finger. Third, she applied the zinc cream on her finger to her lips. In this way, she prepared to conduct an excursion by applying the zinc cream to her lips. 27. I prepared to weave the fabric. I did this by verifying that the fabric had the ultraviolet protection factor, UPF, of 50+. First, I found the label of the shirt on the back inner edge of the neck. Second, I read the label. Third, I verified that the UPF matched my requirement of 50+. In this way, I prepared to weave the fabric by verifying that the fabric had the ultraviolet protection factor, UPF, of 50+. 28. I prepared to avoid reflecting UV light onto my skin. I did this by choosing a dark-colored school uniform fabric. First, I placed the dark-colored fabrics on the left side. Second, I placed the light-colored fabrics on the right side. Third, I chose the dark-colored fabrics to make the school bag from. In this way, I prepared to avoid reflecting UV light onto my skin by choosing a dark-colored school uniform fabric. 29. I prepared to verify the sunscreen's sun protection factor, SPF. I did this by verifying that it had a SPF of 30+. First, I read the front of the sunscreen bottle. Second, I read its SPF number. Third, I verifying that it had good sun protection because of having SPF 30+. In this way, I prepared to verify the sunscreen's SPF by verifying that it had a SPF of 30+. 30. I prepared to be protected in the INFRA red heated environment. I did this by checking that the sunscreen protected my skin from broad spectrum, including INFRA red radiation. First, I read that I needed a sunscreen with broad spectrum protection. Second, I looked at the label of the sunscreen. Third, I read whether it gained broad-spectrum protection. In this way, I prepared to be protected in the INFRA red heated environment by checking that the sunscreen protected my skin from broad spectrum, including INFRA red radiation.